Alright guys, so we're back for another first impressions video. And one of the things I've talked about on the channel recently is that how a lot of these designer fragrances are really starting to drop their new elixirs. It's kind of sort of the trend that is coming around in the community. Well, we got our hands on the newest one to drop from Carolina Herrera, and this one here we're going to be trying out today is Carolina Herrera's Cobalt Elixir. So Bad Boy is already one of those fragrance lines that has really kind of gained a lot of traction and has gotten a lot of buzz in the fragrance community already in general. And then them dropping the Bad Boy line and then dropping Cobalt originally. And then now with this newest Elixir has already started gaining a lot of buzz and a lot of traction. So we got it, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna get our initial smell test. We're gonna do our first impressions today and see just how this one fares, how this one compares, and see whether this one is worth the money and the investment. Alright, so first we're gonna talk about the packaging. So first and foremost thing we gotta do is we gotta get this one unwrapped in a box. Alright, here we go. Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir. So already just on the Elixir, we got that nice rich looking blue, kind of indigo-ish looking juice. So definitely presentation looks really luxurious, really high class, really looks refined. And so already just on presentation, I'm quite liking it. I've always liked this sort of cobalt and this sort of, Bad Boy design. I definitely like that then. It just fits the name. So as far as presentation and packaging is concerned, definitely liking it. Great first impression, great initial presentation. Even the box, they went with this sort of sleek cover, so you get your fingerprints on it a little bit more, but definitely they went with the luxurious box design as well. All right, so now we get to the fun part, and we're gonna go through our initial smell test in the air. So let's see how this one fares. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the air. No, we'll get a 5th one in there. Okay, this already our first smell, this one's definitely different than the original Cobalt. You could definitely smell the richness, but this one's not really even giving off so much of a fruity vibe. This is definitely giving a more fresh, spicy, floral opening. So that's already one difference, one key distinction I'm already getting from this. Definitely like it though. I'm really enjoying this. You can definitely tell there's some Cobalt in there. You can definitely smell kind of the DNA, but it's really, really different, really changed, mutated, for the sciencey people out there. But overall, initial spray is not the loudest projection, but it's definitely got a nice TH to it. Doesn't fill up a room, but definitely you could smell the higher concentration of perfume oil. You can definitely smell the richness, the luxurious nature of the fragrance. So off first impressions, I'm really enjoying this one, but definitely a nice change up. It's not so fruity fresh, it's not so citrusy fresh. This one's giving more fresh, spicy, and more woody, I would say, than more so the fresh side of the spectrum. As it settles down in the air, definitely you're still getting that spicy, getting a little bit of floral smokiness, a little bit too. And this one is definitely smelling really warm rather than sort of invigorating. It's not so citrusy, loud, vibrant, but it's more so warm and cozy. I would envision this fragrance one is what this is kind of giving off, but nonetheless, change is different. And if you like Cobalt and you like the same DNA, I do think you're still gonna like this one, but you are definitely gonna smell the distinction when you spray it. So if you're thinking it's just gonna be another same fragrance with just a little more concentration, no, it's actually quite unique, but unique is good in this case. So first impression out the air is really good. Now we'll get the tester strip and we'll test it off the tester. We'll do our skin test and we'll get through it. But so far so good, really enjoying it. All right, we got this tester strip, we got the fragrance. Here we go, 2, 3, get 4 off the tester strip. We'll let it air out. As it sets in the air again for the second time, getting a little bit warmer. It's not gourmand though. It's not gourmand sweet, but definitely you can smell a touch of sweetness in here too. And you can smell some woodiness as well too. So again, fresh, spicy, a little floral, and then a little bit more woodsy, and a little bit sweeter as it gets to the mid. A little, really warm fragrance, I would imagine. Warm, spicy, fresh, spicy, but still giving that, you can still get that Cobalt DNA in here too. All right, here we go. Okay, you get that woody, it's a unique fragrance note in here. It smells almost like, it's not toffee because it's not as sweet, but it's something in here too that's giving it that sweetness. That you get the woods in here, you get definitely some woods, you get some spices, like the spices giving like black pepper, definitely And then as far as the floral component, that it's not so smoky like you would get with an Aqua de Joe, but you definitely are smelling some sage, because it does, to me, give a slight remnants of like why EDP mixed, but take out the ginger, take out any citrusy notes, take out even the aldehydes, and just put that sage in there that you would get. This one also gives me like Luna Rosa Le Parfum, Luna Rosa Ocean Le Parfum. It gives me a little bit of that. And then lastly, I would say that this one can, if you like Dylan Blue, less loud, more sophisticated, more approachable, more grown up, and a little bit darker, I would say that this one definitely is kind of in that ballpark for sure. But all in all, this one was really good off the mid. I'm trying to put my finger on what that note is though. There's something in here. I'm gonna have to look it up. So that's what we're gonna do after we go through the skin test though. But nonetheless, we're 2 for 2, definitely enjoying it. Really nice, sophisticated, approachable fragrance, definitely. And then I'm getting a gauge for where this one is gonna be worn out to, what day and time. So nonetheless, it's really kind of shaping up. It's really good. Really enjoying these elixirs, and this definitely is another dub so far. The last thing we gotta do is go through our skin test. So we'll get 3 off the skin. And you get that sweetness in the base. Okay, so definitely I'm getting that vanilla. So there's vanilla in here, and it smells almost ambery too. Vanilla and amber. But nonetheless, so really spicy opening. You get to a woody base, and then you get to that slightly vanillic base. But the vanilla is not overdone. It's not overpowering. It's not overly sweet either. So definitely a nice switch up. But this one is really good. This is really good. I'm really enjoying this. All right, so 3 for 3. Opening was great. Mid is great. Dry down is great. Definitely a nice sillage, nice scent bubble. I would imagine this one is more of an intimate fragrance. It's not going to be one that you want to wear and you're going to go fill up a room. It's not going to have that type of presence to it. But definitely when people smell you, when they get a whiff of you, definitely they're going to really be quite surprised in a pleasant manner about your presentation and your aura that you're going to be giving off. But so we're gonna go. I'm gonna look up the fragrance notes, and then we'll get back, and then we'll go through the final breakdown of it all. All right, so I got about 80% of the notes down. See, truffle. So you got the note of truffle, and that was what that aromatic sort of sweet woodsy was getting in the mid. And then you also get this fragrance note called frankincense. And so that frankincense is what I was getting, the ambery sort of touch in the base. So not quite amber. It's not as dark as amber, but definitely something that gives it that really kind of sweet undertones that you're gonna get in the base. But nonetheless, you're getting that black pepper, sage in the opening, so that's giving it that spicy floral component. You're gonna get that wood, you're gonna get that frankincense, and then you're gonna get that vanilla, and you're gonna get that truffle. So this is really nice overall, really versatile, sophisticated, approachable fragrance. Now, when I think about it, when are you gonna wear this one out? This one is definitely more of a night out, evening fragrance, definitely dinner time, but you want it with a little bit more of a fresh, spicy component to it, right? This is not necessarily the blue fragrance DNA that this might give off when you look at the bottle. When you look at the bottle, you might think, okay, is this just gonna be another fragrance? It doesn't give really that kind of vibe at all to me. It's really something different. Someone who wants a warm, spicy, elegant, lavish, and luxurious fragrance. Definitely this is one is gonna be befitting for you. And if you're someone who is into those more high class fragrances, you like those parfum and elixir concentrations, which is something I'm very much into. I gain an affinity for. I like those rich fragrances just because the high concentration, it really goes well with my skin chemistry. And there's just something where it smells really rich. It doesn't smell synthetic and it smells really divine. So for someone like me, I'm really into these new trends. But nonetheless, that'll do it. First impressions done and accounted for. Again, another dub from the Carolina Herrera line. Definitely a really fun one that I did today. This one was a great experience. Definitely one I'm going to be out battling in the collection. And they dropped another new elixir. This one is the brown one, so I'm going to get that one as well coming here soon. So you're going to see that first impression coming forward. But nonetheless, great initial smell test, great first impressions from this fragrance. Again, nice night out, freshy. You know, I kind of define this one as more in the cooler setting, so maybe like fall, spring. You know, not necessarily winter. I think winter, this one may be a little too light. But I think in the fall, those nights out, I think of spring nights out, even early summer, I would say summer daytime when it's not so humid and hot out. Definitely this one could do numbers for you. Definitely great comment pulling factor. I think a guy in his mid to late 20s would go for this one. I think this one's a little too rich for a guy who's in his teens, maybe so much. I mean, even if you're a guy in his teens and you like those type of fragrances. I think there are other options to get your hands on first. I think Cobalt, the original, is more befitting for the younger guys. And then as you guys kind of, if you like that Cobalt DNA and then you get a little older, and then I think once you guys hit like 21, I think this one would be the one that you go with if you're a young guy watching. But nonetheless, great, approachable, warm, kind of laid back scent. Really nice, really lavish. So I'll do it for today. But again, if you just found out my channel, I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure to hit the like and the follow button and hit the subscribe button as well. If you're just joining us, that way you get notified anytime I drop new content. For those of us who are returning, appreciate you guys. We're just building the community up and building the collection up, getting our hands on all type of new fragrance finds in a lot of these stores. I mean, a lot of these brands are really dropping a lot of new scents this year, so this is going to be a fun year, and it's going to be even greater being able to share the experience with you guys. So comment down below any fragrances that you guys are getting your hands on, any ones that you guys want me to try out and I'll get it done for you. As always, have a good day, guys. Catch y'all in the next one. Much love.